The Timberwolves can face serious issues. Tim McMahon of ESPN said that an opposing head coach thinks Chris Finch, the Timberwolves' head coach, can fix problems on the court. However, he also said that believes the Wolves' biggest problems are interpersonal. With a record of 7-8, Minnesota is ranked 10th in the Western Conference. After losing 6 of their previous 7 games, the Timberwolves prevailed over the Cleveland Cavaliers and Orlando Magic to win consecutive games. Timberwolves fans had high hopes for their team this season, but unfortunately they have had a difficult start to the season, and NBA analyst Tim McMahon reports that their star players are facing issues. Want to know about it in detail? Well, stay tuned till the end. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will talk about the serious issues that Timberwolves may be facing. Meanwhile, subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. That being done, let's start. A coach who played them recently told me that they are still trying to figure out spacing and some X's and O's with Towns and Gobert. In addition, and that has made it abundantly clear, that they are still attempting to resolve issues such as, oh, it's so clogged up in there, and the like. However, according to this coach, their greatest interpersonal issues are, at the same time he mentioned things like, hey, when we are switching everything and they would dump the ball down to Cat because there is a guard on him, he said Ant checked out. And this is the most extreme form of Ant checking himself out, making sure that everyone knew he was being checked out. Nevertheless, he stated that this is a regular occurrence. It's a team that lacks maturity and leadership, so they better grow up quickly and find their way. With the Rudy Gobert acquisition, there has always been a concern about clogged paint, and Edwards is least pleased. It's possible that the high flyer does not have as much space as he would like to attack the rim. The Gobert trade was probably the biggest move of the offseason. That move placed the Minnesota Timberwolves on the watch list, and D'Angelo Russell believed it would help them get over the hump. The Wolves lost to the Memphis Grizzlies last season, despite having a decent chance of making it to the conference semifinals. With the addition of a few seasoned veterans to the mix, Russell believes that they have no more excuses. The Timberwolves have struggled thus far because things have not gone as planned. They have won 5 of their 13 games, placing them 13th in the Western Conference standings. Karl Anthony-Towns is concerned about Edwards' health as the Timberwolves struggle to get their house together. Towns said he could be more involved in helping Edwards stay healthy after their second loss. 2020? No. He started the season slightly heavier than he had been. You know, maybe I can teach him how to take care of his body, eat right, and everything else better. So that would be on me, I said. When he's up here talking about Popeyes and all that shit, I know y'all think it's funny. Hearing that doesn't make me happy. We are elite athletes. The Minnesota Timberwolves have a lot to figure out beyond Edwards' eating habits. Since none of their victories have come against rivals, this is even more concerning. McMahon says that the Gobert on the court, the Timberwolves' offense is averaging 106.6 points per 100 possessions, which would be 28th if it were the team's average. When he is on the bench, the defense of the team suffers greatly, allowing an average of 113.2 points per game. The NBA of today rarely features 2 big men on the court. Although the Timberwolves experiment appeared promising on paper, it has resulted on spacing issues that hinder the team's effectiveness. With a 3-point field goal percentage of 33.5%, Minnesota is 25th in the league. Following the T-Wolves' loss to the Memphis Grizzlies on November 11th, guard D'Angelo Russell stated, "It's our main thing on offense we're trying to figure out. There's a good chance that you'll meet a guy if you see us running into each other and trying to back out. Just little things like that are out of sync at the moment. Finding rhythm or flow is kind of hard." The Philadelphia 76ers, 8-7, the Timberwolves' next opponent, will be played on Saturday night. Andrew Wiggins will get the franchise's keys when he is officially traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves in exchange for Kevin Love. Flip Saunders will still hold most of the power as a coach and team president, and Ricky Rubio will still be the biggest name, but Wiggins will be scrutinized. There will be difficulties associated with that level of responsibility. Expectations are bound to be placed on you to be not only great, but also better when you are traded for Love, an established star and transcendent talent. For Wiggins, that's not a new thing. As the undisputed best player in his high school class, he has been on the NBA's radar for years, and his selection as the first overall pick in the draft would have attracted a lot of attention no matter where he ended up. For Minnesota to have any chance of competing, Wiggins will need to be a top scorer and elite two-way presence from day one, not like Kyrie Irving or LeBron James, who can coast from behind. The following is what college coach Bill Self told the Associated Press' Dave Scretta. "I talked to Andrew when the trade talks started, and Andrew told me, I hope I get traded. And I responded, "No, you don't." He responded, "Coach, I do. Knowing my personality and what I need to do, I should go somewhere where I'm forced to be something, to go somewhere where they'd be patient with me and I'll be at peace." In Minnesota, Wiggins will receive that if that is what he truly desires, he will be expected to become a celebrity and nothing less will do. Even though it may be unfair, his worth is now tied to Love's. Minnesota's desperate search for a contender does not help. Since the Wolves last made the playoffs in the 2003-04 season, they have been out of the playoffs for more than a decade, given Saunders' role as a coach and general manager. Neither the team's fan base nor the franchise is prepared to wait another 4 years for Wiggins to return. As soon as possible, Wiggins will be subjected to fire. Bleacher Report's Jim Caven explains that Wiggins is largely responsible for the franchise's future. It's not like Wiggins will be joining the basketball desert in Minnesota. Contrary to popular belief, the T-Wolves have a veteran trio in Ricky Rubio, Kevin Martin and Nikola Pekovic, who are more than capable of softening Wiggins' NBA landing, and shudder at the thought of a lean swingman emerging as an offensive weapon right away. Even though his skills make people drool, they are still years away from being fully effective. However, Minnesota's near-future prospects will unavoidably be tied to two things for a team that, even with top-tier talent, couldn't make the Western Conference playoffs. Wiggins, in addition to the lottery money that the team raises. Wiggins may be expected to become a Minnesota star who stayed long-term, in addition to some of the current challenges, such as being in the Western Conference and being asked to carry so much of the scoring load right away. The Timberwolves have gone through a lot since losing two greats in Kevin Garnett and Kevin Love. So, in a sense, Wiggins must demonstrate that Minnesota can succeed and keep a great talent for the duration of their career. In addition to having two proven offensive powerhouses, the Wolves also had one of the best defensive bigs of the era. Additionally, you may recall that they offered a ransom in order to expel Rudy Gobert from Utah. Also, this was supposed to be a pivotal season. Putting aside the injuries, there is something wrong here. I've learned one thing, is that if a team has great talent like the Wolves, but is losing anyway, it almost certainly has a chemistry issue. Gobert, who undoubtedly experienced some friction in Utah, might be the culprit. Anthony Edwards, who still has a propensity to control the ball and ignore defensive assignments, could be the culprit. It could be D'Angelo Russell, who has always been a difficult person, even though Towns hasn't played since November 28th. Maybe it's him. Well, that's also part of the problem. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments down below. And that's all for the day, guys. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.